Welcome back to another episode of the Guava Juice podcast. I am your host, Roy, aka Guava Juice, and I'm joined by Leonardo, the moderator. Today we're going to talk about success. What is success? How do you achieve success? And how should you, put your mind into success? And, I will do my best to explain it because even now I'm still struggling to find success. You might think me as a successful entrepreneur, YouTuber. I'm still struggling to figure out what that meaning even means because it changes over the years, believe it or not. So take it away, Leonardo.
Nice. Well, let's just build off of what you just said.
Yeah.
And you said it changed over the years. So what did success mean to you in the past?
Well, obviously, 5 years old, obviously success means to survive school. That's, your base meaning of success. And throughout high school, that meaning changed, meaning success was to have a nice house, have cool family, pets, nice car, possibly. And then growing up, even past college, that was the same thing until I graduated college. Like, sometimes it's not about the money, it's about happiness. And success to me right now is finding that ultimate happiness where you can be content with what you're doing, who you're with, and your purpose in life and what you're doing to achieve that purpose, and are you really inspiring the people you want to inspire? So that is a constant struggle for me, battle right now. That's my meaning of success, I think. I mean, obviously it changes like every year, possibly daily. There's a lot of types of successes. Like, ultimate success is like your end goal. But what I like to think about success is your success a year from now, your success 5 years from now, your success 10 years from now. That's a perfect 1 year, 5 year, 10-year goal. Like, when people think of New Year's resolution, you think about that year's resolution. But sometimes you have resolutions and goals that take more than what 1 year can provide you with. So that's why people have to think, or at least I always think about 1 year, 5 year, 10-year plans, goals, achievements. What do I need to obtain that?
Nice.
Yeah.
Now so do you believe success is important, or why it's important?
I mean, yeah, I believe it's important. It's just a good thing to just have in your mind. Just gives you that purpose of what you want to do in your life, it's really the fire that ignites what you do and what you want to do. I feel like without the road to success, or wanting to be successful in a way, like, I'm sure people have the idea of success is there, it's unattainable, but that's probably another type of success that you're looking for. But there's other little success comes in many forms, I could say that. And I'm sure if one success seems very unattainable, there's always another success that you can always reach. And then once you reach that success, then it can repel you to that success that you were thinking about going, but you can't obtain because your mind can't fathom to get to there.
So, in other words, do you feel like success is different for each person?
Obviously, yeah, I could say that.
And speaking of success, who are some people that you feel like represent success, and that you could just think about? Yeah.
I had nothing on the top. Kobe Bryant. I say Kobe Bryant was a good one. I mean, obviously, his passing, rest in peace, Kobe, Gigi, and everyone in the helicopter that day. But you can obviously tell, after his passing, just the timing of it just magnified the whole situation. His mentality just affected the whole world because it happened in such an untimely manner. But then he was just so inspirational and so motivational. It kind of inspired people to have that mentality, which is amazing. I think a huge part of that was how successful. A huge part of that was how successful he was, and just seeing how he obtained it and his mindset to get there kind of blew up and helped people out.
Yeah. What are some of the the mindsets? Since we were talking about Kobe, that that people talk about a lot.
It's mentality. A lot of it's just mental. Once you get your mind to a good place, once you get your mind to a healthy place, a strong place, then your mind can overcome any obstacle that is put in front of you. And getting there is pretty much a lot of constant practice and constant effort just to have that kind of mentality, the Mamba mentality, as people know it well. Yeah, man.
What's a time in your life where you felt like you needed that Mamba mentality to get over something?
Well, I didn't really think about the Mamba mentality, honestly, until like his passing, believe it or not. Like that just, like I said, like his passing just magnified that whole mentality for me. But if I were to think of a moment in the past that kind of was similar to that kind of mentality, I think college. College was hard, and I needed to get through it just because I didn't want to be there in the first place, and I just needed to be mentally at the right place in order to graduate and just get my degree.
For those who are in college,
Yep.
or in school, what are some successful tips about success that you could share along with it?
Routine helps a lot. Just figuring out your routine, and time management is probably the most important thing that I've learned from college. I didn't really learn too much. I just wanted to graduate, to be honest. But time management really helps a lot. It helps you with scheduling things. It makes you utilize your time as much as possible. It kind of just helps you get through the day with a purpose. And you know exactly what that purpose is because you basically GPSed it and like navigated your whole day through time management.
So I feel like you have really good time management skills. The reason I say that is I feel like you have time. You balance your time with like your relationships, and then work and things.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on managing work and life?
Work and life, yeah, for sure. I keep most of my life private because I feel like if you're gonna be seen on social media a lot, you need to put some of your life private so you can actually enjoy that intimacy with whoever and wherever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So once you have that private life, then you can pretty much balance out your public life and what you put on camera, what you film in the videos, what people see, and it makes you not go crazy if you think about it like that. So for people watching, that's why I don't really vlog. I used to vlog, but then I realized like when I vlog, it's like, am I really enjoying my moment? Or am I really just trying to get the best angle of the moment that I see in front of me? So it's better just to grasp what's in front of you rather than like, putting in your story sometimes. And, like why go to a concert and just record the whole thing when you can just not record the whole thing and just experience it like raw, like very genuinely,
All right, so we talked about Kobe Bryant. Two of the other really popular public figures out right now are Conor McGregor and Justin Bieber. What are your thoughts on those two guys as far as success?
My thoughts is why those two guys?
I think because Conor McGregor has a fight coming up and he just came off of a fight.
Oh, you're talking about like searchability, who's relatable now on like social media and stuff. Those two are the most popular ones.
Some of them. Yeah. There's Shakira also because, the Super Bowl thing. So people are like, who's that lady?
Conor. I don't really know much about Conor, but I know he's very aggressive. And I guess his aggressiveness and just like his type of persona just really pumps people up. And it really shows that he loves his craft and loves what he does through not only, his press conferences, but like also in his fights. You can tell he really cares about his craft. Like, didn't he like knock out someone with his shoulder?
With his shoulder.
Yeah, he like knocked someone out in like the first round, like the first like 40 seconds. He's bah, bah.
That the 40 seconds sounds familiar. The shoulder thing, I got a YouTube for sure. I'd love to watch that.
So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And like I said, like he worked on it. Like who uses their shoulder to knock people out, And he just develops. For Conor, it's like, how do you develop new techniques and new ways to achieve what you're trying to achieve? And I feel like that shoulder thing was a thing. So if we're talking about the success, what's one thing you can implement in your life that is new to achieve that success? Yeah.
Speaking about that clip of of him knocking someone out in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
There was actually a clip of him rehearsing one of his knockouts.
Oh.
And he was literally, so what Connor's known for is visualization. So he visualizes a certain thing over and over again. And he has a clip of him like practicing this kick that he literally knocked. Literally, it was like they put the frame right by each other.
Yeah.
And literally he
visualized.
he practiced it so much. So what are your thoughts on visualization?
It's like self-prophecy.
Yeah.
Because you just see it so much in your head.
Yeah.
Okay. In and out. In and out. In and out. I see myself eating a burger.
Nice.
Maybe not today, but eventually. See? I think it works, dude. Like, it's like when you dream of something sometimes, it comes true because you dream about it and you make it come true. So it's kind of like the same thing. Your mind is powerful, like I said earlier. Mentally, if you're mentally strong like that, if you can visualize something like that to happen and, you know, come true, then hey, more than likely that's gonna come true. I mean, not all of the time, obviously, but I think if you visualize your goal, I think that's a really good step to move forward to achieving that goal, and that's success. So I'm gonna try that one time. What's one thing you want to achieve to this week visually? If you visualize it right now, what's one thing? Go. Put you on the spot.
I thought about something personal, which I won't share.
That's cool. You know, like I said, you know, sometimes you gotta keep it private just to keep yourself balanced. You know.
But I actually had a question to you about visualization.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Did you have moments during your YouTube career where you saw your success in the future before it actually happened?
Yeah. You know, yeah. When I first started the channel, I saw myself eating 3 burgers instead of 1.
3 burgers.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know. Like, I could only afford like eating a burger.
Oh.
And then I visualized myself like at Cheesecake Factory. I had 3 burgers and like, you know, a pasta or whatever. So I don't know. For me, I visualize food a lot. And I guess food is like monetary value of my success. The more food I visualize, the more successful I might become. So, I mean, people manifest things differently, but for me, it's food. I'm trying to think of a not food example for you guys listening and watching. Housing situation. I visualized myself living in a house. I was like, okay, I want to eventually get a house. You know, I want to get out of this apartment and, you know, just get something where I can just live and take the dogs out in the front and back, and hopefully I get there. So I think visualizing that kind of just helped me. Like, okay, I got it. Cool. Sick.
So one thing I think you're really good at visualizing is like when we do videos.
Yeah.
I feel like you have the video exactly the way you want it in your mind, and that's why you direct it so well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you speak about the creative part?
I mean, for me, growing up, like, creativity was like a strong suit of mine. I always liked drawing. I always like making things. I took like an architecture class in college and a drafting class where I built like 3D models of stuff. So visually, that's my strong suit because I hate reading. I always like books with pictures. So I always do my best to put words in the pictures, put thoughts in the pictures. Like if you say a sentence right now, I can visually describe it to you. Like, go.
Any sentence.
Yeah, any sentence. Like
the dog jumped over the moon.
See the dog. See the dog. A brown dog with polka dots. Brown dog with white polka dots jumping over a galaxy moon. There's 5 moons in there. Like, I don't know. Just my mind just goes into like complete detail. I don't know. I just go beyond what is expected whenever I think of things. So when it comes to ideas, I have a whole movie written in my head already before like writing it and like, you know, executing it. So that's pretty good because a lot of directors out there do the same thing. They already see the movie in their head. What the writing process does is kind of like puts everything chronologically. And yeah, I mean, that's all I could say on that. Like, you really, for me, visualization's like a huge perk.
For those who are watching, and let's say they're starting a brand new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Do you suggest them to practice visualization with their YouTube channel just to give them hope, or they don't need that? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
Like, let's say they have like me, I have like 5 subscribers on.
Okay, let me ask you a thing. Do you visualize things before you like start stuff? Like,
absolutely.
Like when you have an idea, you see it already happen in your head?
Sometimes more than others. So for example, like when we like our daily routine, I kind of ran through it in my head this morning before I even entered the office. Mm-hmm. But creatively, I need to work on that, like for video ideas.
I see. So if you're starting a channel and you just need tips on like seeing things visually, I don't know, just start on a simple script. If you're having trouble like visualizing things, just start with a script. Like, let's say you're gonna eat some chicken. Okay, visualize yourself eating the chicken, how you're gonna eat the chicken, what it smells like, what you see, how close the camera will be to the chicken, what kind of I guess B-roll and like what kind of angles you want the audience to see while you eat the chicken. How do you want your face to be? You want your face to be excited. You want your face to be sad. You want your face to be angry. Just think about how, like, all your senses. Use your senses on your visualization. That helps a lot. How does it smell? How does it taste? How does it feel? How does it, what's another thing? I don't even know my senses.
Hear?
What do you hear? Do you hear like ASMR, like sizzling? So use that to your advantage because you know your senses more than anyone else. So apply your senses to your visuals, your visualization.
So connecting this, like your senses and everything, going back to Connor, going back to success. One thing Connor's known for is he visualized a lot of his success. So he used to go to arenas supposedly, and he would sit in like the audience and he would visualize like him being like seeing himself in the fighting ring, or he even like he has sessions during practice where he visualizes him winning. Like he would like literally rehearse his like what he would do when he wins.
Wow.
So like going back to success, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's great. I mean, he already had the whole thing planned out, and it's just a matter of like what will you do to make that dream a reality kind of thing. And I think a huge part of success is like what it takes to have your dream go into reality. I feel like that's a huge part. You have that dream, but how far are you willing to take yourself and your mind and your body to get to that place?
Have you heard of that phrase, like, if you could see it in your mind, you could see it in reality? Like, it all begins with, like, imagination.
No, the first time I heard it was that.
What are your thoughts on that?
Wait, say that again?
Another phrase is, like, whatever you can...
Whatever you imagine can
you could... Reality, basically.
I don't know. We should ask Connor. I feel like he does it really well. I mean, my thoughts, obviously, that's true. I mean, like I said, success really comes from the mind. Mentally, you have to be mentally there in order to get that success. Because obviously, there's going to be a lot of obstacles. You're going to come, that's going to be in front of you. And each obstacles are difficult than the others. And it's really like, how far will you go to get through that obstacle, you know?
Speaking of obstacle, I'm actually curious.
Yeah.
What's one of the most challenging things you've had to overcome that you feel like it has led to your success?
I think when I started the channel, people said I can't do the channel because I can't be as great as I was. Just to give everyone context, I came from another channel called Wasabi Productions. I left that channel when it was like almost at 5 million subscribers to start a new one from scratch. And a lot of people told me I can't do it. YouTube is too saturated. You're not as good as you were. You're nothing without Alex. Just like stuff like that. And that's like a huge obstacle because it kind of brings you down. Kind of makes you upset, like, oh, okay, what if they're right? But in reality, mentally, you have to be strong to overcome that. Like, they're just saying that because they don't know you. They're just doubting what you're capable of. And everyone watching, you're capable of a lot of things, no matter what people say. So what I did was just put my mind in a good place. Like, all right, well, they don't know me. They're doubting me. They're wrong. I can do this. Let's do this. So... yeah, that's it.
You accepted the fact that you could have a healthier perspective on other people's opinions. Not everyone's opinions is actually truth.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not. It's just their opinions, and sometimes they just, for that situation, they just want me back where they're comfortable seeing me in. And it's really hard for people to accept change sometimes, and they kind of just blame it on whatever changed their perspective and whatever changed what they loved, because they don't know, and they're not used to seeing that change, and it's just their defense mechanism for, shaming that change for affecting them, when they should be supporting that change sometimes to help that change be in a better place. Just saying.
Like embracing the change.
Yeah, embracing
rather
the
than
change. Like,
fighting it.
hey, this is what this person wanted. Okay, that's cool. I'm not used to it, but hey, let's work it out.
You know what I thought about? Remember on the iPhone when they got rid of the headphone jack?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, this is a horrible decision.
Yeah.
And then even I resisted that. I'm like, why? That's so pointless. But
Yeah.
now I'm so thankful because the AirPod, like,
AirPods.
it's so convenient.
AirPods.
Like, I don't even need the headphone jack.
Dude,
Like,
honestly, the AirPods changed like the whole landscape of headphones. Now everyone is trying to make AirPod things.
mhm.
And I'm pretty sure Apple didn't know that. It's very unexpected. And sometimes that happens in life. You just do things, and then it happens unexpectedly, and then you just gotta milk it. That's what Apple's doing.
I go like elaborating on that and expanding on that. I think another thing you're really good at is when you recognize one of your videos are successful.
Yeah.
And then you're like, let's do a part 2.
Yeah.
Let's do a part 3. Can you elaborate on like why that, like how you have that mindset and how it works for other people as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, if you see your video doing well, milk it. Like, do as much as you can to make similar content that people liked, because it blew up. Your video blew up because people liked it. So why do another video that people aren't used to when they can just enjoy the thing that they liked? But the thing about that's kind of tricky, because if you keep milking the same things over and over and over again, the audience will expect that thing over and over and over again. And after a while, you can't do that same thing over and over and over again, because you're going to get bored of it. You're going to get tired. Like, you want something different. So my advice, if you want to, do something a little bit different than what video or the video that blew you up, is milk that video still. But in your next video, if you want to do something different, introduce that new concept in that new video slowly, rather than, people watching a video of something random like cold turkey. So yeah, milk it, but don't milk it too much, because people are going to expect that same thing. You want to be versatile and then introduce new things little by little, at the same time milking that idea.
You know what that reminded me of? Have you heard of the sandwich strategy in radio?
No.
So what they do is like, they don't just randomly introduce 2 brand new songs to the radio. They always put it in between 2 hits, so it gets associated with hits, and so people just keep on watching. Because if you just constantly introduce brand new ones, then you're risking the viewership.
Yeah.
But another way around, if you don't introduce new ones, same thing. It's like what you're doing with your channel is very similar to radio.
Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Kind of like how Chipotle introduces their new products. They do a trial run, and then they're like, "Hey, we have queso, limited time only," and that kind of like based on how many people buy that things, and then that's why queso stayed around. And like recently, carnitas stayed around because people liked it, and that's how they do it. Sometimes they're just like. That's how like marketing strategies do it too. Like, limited time only, get it while it lasts. But in reality, you're actually testing if that product does well. If it does, they'll just keep it.
Smart.
Plus, if you say something is limited, that's a sense of urgency. Like, that's the only time. This is the only time you'll get this, so you better grab it now. But at the same time, we're testing if this does well, so grab it now. And then when it does well, psych! It's here forever. Gotcha.
I heard sales in like some retail stores are like, they say it's like 30% off, but what they actually did was just raise the price 30%. So it goes back to actually what it was.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So this whole sandwich thing actually, so we found out this actually works for Facebook. For those, we have. You want to talk about the Facebook Guava page?
Yeah, for sure. We've been trying to keep up with Facebook because if you're a creator, or just like anyone, like you're going to do business, you don't want to stick to one thing. So as a creator, you don't want to stick to just YouTube. You want to expand as much as you can. So we've been using Facebook, alongside with like TikTok, and like we're trying to do IG. I'm trying to do IGTV, but I've been procrastinating. But Facebook, we're trying to utilize that since they have their own for like monetization, and then we're just trying to utilize it because we already have videos. Like, what if we just repost the videos to Facebook and then just use Facebook format? Facebook format meaning explain. Leonardo does all the YouTube stuff, so.
You mean Facebook stuff? Facebook.
What is it? What is
you
it?
said YouTube.
Yeah, he does all the TikTok stuff.
So what we figured out on Facebook is that when we attach like brand new videos and put it in between your already successful Facebook videos that's garnered millions of views, it just lifts everything. So it doesn't. So rather than only posting brand new ones or only posting reposting hits, it's kind of like same thing with the YouTube channel. Like you blend in new with already successful. Yeah. So go to Facebook also.
Check us at Facebook.
All right. So one of the other artists, people, public figures that are really popular right now is Justin Bieber. What are your thoughts on why he is successful?
I think his more like a person who had to adjust as time went on, because you could tell that over, I guess, every 5 years he's changed somehow. Like we're used to knowing him as the guy who sang Baby, and then he had that moment after Baby where his voice got deeper, and then he like did songs where, what songs were there? I don't even remember.
What do you mean?
No, that's not even it. Like that's like his third phase, and then eventually he adapted to collaborating with like Skrillex and like Diplo, and made like What Do You Mean and Sorry, and that's when like all the gangsters were like, hey,
gangsters.
Yeah, that's like literally like big dudes with like tattoos listening to Justin Bieber. Okay. I feel like that's like he changed his audience and demographics with that album, and after his break, he is where he is now because he needed that break to, even evolve even more. So yeah, Bieber's a constant example of evolution and like how you need to adjust to your present in order to be more successful in the future. I applaud him for that.
Nice. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to his concert, by the way. I'm not gonna say where, because I might get stalked.
You'll probably run into fans though. There's
I don't know. Is there
Justin Bieber fans? I mean, like that's like how many people are gonna be there? 20,000. The chances of you not getting a fan is.
I mean, here in Idaho though, I don't think there are a lot of people. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So you talked about change.
Yep.
Can you think about your own like career and how change affected success?
Oh yeah. Obviously my wants and needs change over the years, and my willing to satisfy my wants and needs change every year as well. I think a huge one, I always talk about this because it really impacted my life a lot, was when I left Wasabi to get to Guava Juice. I wanted change. I wanted to, work solo and develop me as a person and develop my own craft as a person, a solo. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like sometimes you have to be alone in order to grow exponentially. It sounds sad, but hey, sometimes that works, and it worked for me. I kind of like distanced myself and just figured out what I wanted, figured out how I needed to get there and what I needed to achieve that. And a lot of that is through being alone. That's what Bieber did. I remember he canceled his tour because I guess he was just having like a mental breakdown, and he took, I don't know how many years off, like 4 years off, just to be alone and figure things out, and came back stronger. And that's what people need sometimes.
I was actually reading a book 2 days ago called Deep Work, and they were saying how most of the successful people in history did what you were just saying. Like they had a place where they worked and they were able to be alone and work on whatever their craft is.
Oh.
So I forgot which psychologist, but he literally made this place out of like rock.
Well.
That's away from everyone.
Oh.
And then like a lot of the psychological theories that are in modern, like that's taught in modern like college classrooms, are from this guy. I forgot his name though, but same thing. So being able to like work on stuff deeply on your own. How do you? A lot of people can't do that. Like a lot of people can't like be by themselves and work very intentionally on something. What's your thoughts on that?
Let's see.
Because it's hard for me, like
to be alone.
No, to like work on something
by yourself
for so long. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, honestly. I'm very what's that word when it's like people are this thing when they're like, oh, introverted. I am introverted, and it's just easy for me. I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes I just like go to coffee shops by myself and just like I just get into this place where I'm just intense in my focusing whatever I'm doing. I think college helped. I think that came from college, because college was hard, and I knew if I didn't find a way to focus on my project or paper I'm writing, then I'm gonna fail. In college, I was in academic probation, meaning,
me too.
Yeah, my GPA was 1.8, and I had a semester to bring that up over like I don't know, like 2.1 or something like that. And I think that's when my mind was like, okay, we have to go on like critical mode, crisis mode. Like we need to step it up, and we need to focus, and we need to find a way to focus on our work in order to, stay in school, and not get kicked out. So I think I learned it from that. I'm not saying get yourself into academic probation. I'm just saying like there are situations in your life where you really gotta step back and understand why you messed up so badly, and then learn, fix it, and then get back to the situation and figure it out after that.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So you said the word focus a couple times there. How does focus relate to success in your mind?
It's just it's like when you wear glasses sometimes. I mean, for me, I don't have perfect vision, so it's like wearing glasses to me. You see things clear if it's like very clear in front of you with the right prescription. It just gives you like a good visual. Like we're going back into the topic of visualization. Like it really helps you visualize what's in front of you and your goal. And if you have that intense focus on your visual, I don't know what I'm saying. What? I just know that visual focus.
Yeah.
And visual. Yeah, man. I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that question. Focus is very important, because without focus, you're going to be misguided. That's all I could say.
What are your tips for those people out there who struggle with focus or
Adderall?
True.
No,
True.
I don't know. Maybe Adderall helps people. I've never used Adderall, but for me, focus, coffee helps me a lot, even though it makes me super energetic. Sometimes substances help focus, like coffee. But if you're talking about like in a mindset perspective, having a goal, that's always like a constant answer for me, because goals are what drives people, what moves people forward. Because without a goal or have anything in mind, you're just gonna be in a standstill for however long until you figure out what you need to do.
How do you choose your goals, and how do you, people have a different method of how they like
priorities?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's a tough one. You're giving me some good questions here. Nice. My goals come from how it'll affect my happiness. Mm-hmm.
So it roots from that.
There are like little goals, like should I get up in the middle of the night to pee? Will that make me happy? Yes. Is it annoying? Yes. But will it make me happy? Yes. So that's why I get up. That's a small one. A bigger one is like, why do I want to leave wasabi? Will it make me happy? Yes. Is it hard to do? Yes. Will it make me happy? Yes. What do I need to do that to get there? Yes. So
everything's just yes.
Yeah, goals.
Another thing about focus is you talked about the mindset, but then also physical.
Yeah.
Right? How does environment play a role in focus?
Like where you are in order. So let's say you have a project and you want to focus like on that project.
Like, for example, like one of the reasons why we have a studio and why we have an office is because you said you can't really film at your place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
Okay, yeah. So I used to film in my house all the time. But it got to the point where I couldn't decipher what is living space and what is workspace. It eventually became, just an awkward mix of both. I would wake up and then go to the living room and I see all these lights. I'm like, all right, it's time to work. But not really. I'm just trying to cook breakfast. So psychologically, it helps to separate workspace and living space. Because after you work, of course, you want to like go somewhere and just wind down somewhere. And I didn't have that comfortable space to wind down. So that's why I bought the warehouse so I could separate everything.
In Idaho.
Of course, because that is where we are based, of course. Haha. And where you are really affects your work also. Like people go to coffee shops because it helps them focus, because it is in an environment where maybe like the smell of coffee helps, or maybe like, the plants in the wall visually, it triggers a state of focus in your mind. We talked about this like 2 years ago, like color psychology, how color really affects your brain. Like red invokes hunger. There's trust. And when I work out, I have like these color lights now. I just turn it red because it makes me angry and it makes me like, God, gotta go. Yeah. So color really plays a factor as well. So if you get like a house or a workspace, make sure to choose the right colors because it really does help. Yellow is a good invoker of creativity. Am I right?
That's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why like the thing we have an office over there that's yellow, and purple. What is purple? Barney. Copper. No, what's purple though?
Purple is creativity as well.
Creativity. So yeah, learn your colors. Sometimes smell. There's smell psychology too.
There's smell psych?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Coffee bean. Not coffee bean. Coffee beans.
Yeah.
They invoke a sense of workflow. Like you gotta go. Yeah, like you constantly gotta. You keep going because caffeine keeps you flowing. So you don't have to, drink coffee in order to be, jittery or whatever. All you got to do is sometimes you just got to be in a place where you smell coffee, and that kind of triggers your mind to keep working.
Yeah, trigger is the good word.
Mm-hmm. Lavender helps you calm down, helps you sleep. Burgers makes you hungry. Stuff like that. There's smell psychology, color psychology. There's a lot of psychology stuff. So just to summarize what I just said, focus really helps to be in a really controlled / calming / whatever you want that area around you to be to affect your work. Okay, depending on what you're doing. So be in a good environment, whether if it's a building with people, with plants. Just surround yourself in a building or a space or a workflow. It could be outside. It'll help you focus on what you want sometimes.
Nice.
Yep.
I wanted to jump back on one of the topics. You've been saying happiness as well a lot, as a filter for decision making and everything. How does happiness connect to success?
Honestly, like happiness is, I guess for me, it's like a drive. Like you just want to be happy all the time. That's like one of the best emotions you can have is to be happy, and a drive to get there is kind of the obstacles. Like there's so many obstacles to get into like happiness, and to be completely happy, I feel like that's like a lifelong goal. Like your happiness varies over time. Time changes your perspective of everything, your success, your happiness, your emotions, the way you focus. It's never ending, which is great. That's a good challenge, and things should stay that way. You're always, changing yourself and making yourself better. But happiness really is like, I don't know, it's just a good feeling, and I just want to strive to get that.
Nice.
I'm happy right now. I'm just saying, like, I could be more happy eventually.
So to you, happiness is like a scale. Like you could always just constantly move up.
Yeah.
Or greater.
Yeah.
There's actually this book by Sean Anker called The Happiness Advantage, and he's actually like a PhD of like something fancy, whatever. And he was showing how like literally like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that book?
No.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the book is the fact that happiness actually is the best way to make decisions.
Really?
And he like proves it through science and like through surveys, and like this is like work, relationships, health, everything.
How come everything I'm saying you already read somewhere?
You know what's crazy? Yeah, like you're very intuitive. There's things without reading a book. I've read books and then see it apply in real life.
Oh,
you're the other way around, where like you see it in real life and then
I put it in the book.
Yeah,
that's pretty
cool.
Maybe
your thoughts will be in a book one day.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's like someone's writing that.
I probably won't read my own book because I can't read. I'd rather see things like in pictures, so it'll be a picture book.
Oh, nice, like a graphic novel.
That would be sick. I make sure to buy my book in Barnes and Noble in like 2 years. It's gonna be called, I don't know.
Nice.
We'll figure it out.
Comment down below.
It'll be called Indubitably.
Nice. So we talked about like success and like so many different like subcategories. What are some if you had to summarize like this podcast, like what are the main points you want to just repeat?
Success, everyone has a different definition of success, and sometimes there are different levels of success as well. And what really matters is how you obtain that success, what you do to get there, what drives you, and what will you do to actually get to that success. So just be mentally strong. That's a huge factor. Be happy. If you're not happy, there will be happiness, and you will strive to get there, I promise. Focus helps a lot. In order to get there, sometimes you have to be super focused, and sometimes it depends on your surroundings. Sometimes it depends where you are in life, but you will get there. I think the end goal is like, no matter how many things life throws at you, you will eventually reach that ending. And then once you reach that ending, there's always going to be a chapter 2, chapter 3. So it's nonstop, which is totally fine. That is just life. And in the end, you'll just make it eventually. That's all I got.
So beautiful.
That is my summary.
And then you said you wanted to rap, right?
Oh, we're done? Yes. No, for real. Shout outs to the podcast channel. We're gonna post like every Monday, so feel free to stay tuned to it, and we'll get there. Follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna ask some questions for sure, and then I'll probably read these questions and answer some of your dying questions. This is episode 5. We didn't post anything yet, so we didn't even post episode 1 while filming this, so we don't have no Twitter questions, if you're wondering.
There was an episode with Marlon, right? Was that number 1?
That was number 1, but that was like I feel like it's a pilot, like a prequel, like figuring it out. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching the episode. You guys are amazing. Just remember, you're amazing. You're beautiful, and stay juicy. Better focus on your achievements. Focus on your success. Focus on you, Kobe. You are amazing. GG. You are amazing. Rest in peace to all the people who pass in the air helicopter. You are great. I love you.